How's it going, everyone? Equinox Phoenix here, and today we're going to talk about Legends of Tomorrow Season 6, Episode 5, titled The Satanist's Apprentice. It's probably going to be a very short video, because this episode is more or less filler. Uh, it's essentially a catch-up, for the Astra side, up until the point of last episode. And then we see a little bit more of Sarah's side of thing. Anyway. Sarah's side of things. Sorry, grammar. It's 3:27 a.m. as I'm recording this. So apologies if I seem asleep. Anyway, so Astra is trying to live like a human, and failing spectacularly at it because she's used to being queen of the underworld, as it were. Apparently she can't use magic. That's like the whole premise of the episode, is that Astra can't use magic, and John doesn't take care of his house at all. Like, dear lord, his house is falling apart. The bills aren't being paid. There's no internet, and so just like her life is hell. Oh, there's also no food in the fridge. That's where the hell begins. That's where the hell on earth aspect begins. She has no money because she's, legally speaking, a 15-year-old. Because, you know, she spent most of her life in hell. And so she ends up getting tricked by Aleister Crowley into releasing him. Well, switching his place with John. And then afterwards, the legends show up. And as we know from I believe it was last episode, when Mick abandoned them on the side of the street. But anyway, as they get there, she just kind of transforms them into household objects, including a cell phone. And it tries to hide him. Now, Crowley tricks her into laying bait for one of John's racist neighbors, then takes his soul to power a magical amulet, which makes it so that he can't be put back into the painting. Luckily for all involved, her mother Natalie had created a spell to cut John off from magic, to reverse all enchantments and whatnot, and I said enchantments wrong. Anyway, the spell is used, right? Asher uses the spell. Unfortunately, the spell's in the form of song. Luckily, Crowley, being Crowley, I guess, had turned the entire show into a Disney cartoon. Like, I don't understand why he turned everything into a Disney cartoon, and so Asher kept breaking out into song, and it's just like, oh hey, she's a Disney princess now. Guess she can sing and read sheet music, which I learned the violin and piano as a kid, and I still, for the life of me, cannot read sheet music. Which is probably a giant failing on my part. I'll learn eventually, you know, as time permits. But yeah, so she sings the song, everything goes back to normal, right? Well, no, John and Crowley both no longer have magic, and so John offers to teach Astra magic from the bottom up, as he also learns from the bottom up. Which honestly, very interesting storyline between John and Astra. How they go about learning magic from the beginning. Again, in John's case, but hey, let's see where this goes. I'm putting my faith in the writers. At least they don't use the world's biggest crutch of a villain, like certain other shows. Writers, or turn a character that's supposed to be the good version of that family into a villain. Or, wow, out of the entirety of the Arrowverse, the only complaints I have are Reverse Flash and Lena being evil for a season. You know, that's actually not too bad. Oh, and the constant unnecessary deaths that happen, like Oliver dying, etc., etc. But hey, anyway, on to Sarah's side. So Sarah has been kidnapped-ish by Bishop. Well, Sarah meets Bishop, who is the creator of the Ava clones, apparently? I guess he's the creator of the Ava clones from like a different Earth because he describes the Earth as having been destroyed, but the Earth was never destroyed in our Earth 1 timeline. So I guess he's from another Earth, which makes sense, but you know. He's trying to how he's like the hope of humanity and all this, and it's just like, no. You can see my scotch bottle right there. That's a bottle of scotch. It's unopened. We got it for Christmas from one of the neighbors. Anyway. But yeah, so she tries to convince one of the Ava clones that they have a soul and all this, and of course it fails because he like programmed loyalty to them or something. Anyway, on the ship, Sarah kills Bishop and then gets tranked. She then wakes up in what seems to be the Wave Rider, and Bishop is alive again, so I'm guessing it's all in her head. And now they're like connected on a mental level, and it's just really weird. I hope Sarah comes back soon to like just normal Legends adventures as opposed to kidnapped by an alien who's creating weird alien human hybrids of notable figures from history. Anyway, overall, for a very heavily filler episode, because this is essentially one giant filler episode with a musical number to it, this was actually pretty good. I liked seeing Astra's side of things. Hopefully Astra just joins the full Legend side of things, so we can get like one more member, because we are missing Charlie and whatnot. Like, the Legends are technically down a member, because our friendly neighborhood member of the Fates is in the 60s or something like that. Granted, in theory, she's immortal and doesn't age, and so we could easily just find her, but like, it's also possible she's dead by 2021. So, or 2020. I think this takes place in 2020. Anyway, but yeah. Overall, it's pretty good. Anyway, tell me what you guys thought of the episode down in the comment section down below. That's going to be for this video. If you guys haven't already, hit like, hit subscribe if you're new. I will see you guys next time. And as always, stay bright.